Good evening, councillors, officers and members of the public, and welcome to the Wednesday 20th of September 2023 Development Assessment Committee. I'll now open the meeting with the list of those present, and I can confirm that all councillors are in attendance this evening and there are no apologies, with Councillor David Edwards joining us online. Councillors, in accordance with Mirrabul Shire Council's governance rules, the council will be recording and live streaming this meeting. I'd like to also confirm the confirmation of the minutes from the previous DAC meeting. Can I have councillors confirm the previous minutes? Move Councillor Berry, second Councillor Minari. All in favour? Carried. Councillors, any matters arising from those minutes? No. Item number 6, disclosure of conflicts of interest. Councillors, does anyone have a conflict of interest to declare this evening?
Mr Mayor, I would like to declare a conflict of interest in item 7.1 on the agenda this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Sullivan. So when we move to the commencement of item 7.1 on the agenda, we'll ask you to leave the chambers and you'll be invited to return at the conclusion of that item. Thank you. Which does bring us to item 7.1, councillors.
Mr Mayor, as I noted, I have a conflict, so I'll vacate the chamber. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillors, item 7.1 is a 4-lot re-subdivision at 369 Murney on Corralbeat Road, Corralbeat. Councillors, you have a recommendation in the papers, but councillors, you also have an alternate motion that has been presented and it's been moved by Councillor Dudzik. Do I have a councillor to second the alternate motion? Seconded Councillor Minari. Would any councillor like to speak to the motion, or is there any dissent to the alternate? No? All in favour of the alternate motion? I declare the alternate motion carried. If someone can invite Councillor Sullivan back into the room, that'd be appreciated. Councillors, item 7.2 is a variation of restrictive covenant at Pelican Point, Hopeton Park. Councillors, the applicant has asked for this matter to be deferred to enable them to have further discussions to council. Do I have a councillor to move that this motion that this item be deferred to a future Development Assessment Committee meeting? Move Councillor Berry, seconded Councillor Dudzik. All in favour? Okay, the motion has been carried and that item has been deferred. Item 8 is update on trends, issues and other matters. I'll now ask the Executive Manager, Community Planning and Development, Mr Bazudnaud, to give us an update.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. There's no updates.
Thank you. Update on VCAT decisions. Again, Mr Bazudnaud, I'd like to invite you to give us an update on any VCAT decisions for the committee.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. There's been no recent VCAT decisions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Which brings us to item 10, councillors. Other items of business. I'll just go around the room. Councillor Sullivan?
No other business, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Minari?
No other business, Mr Mayor.
Tatchell?
Just one, if I may, but more about if I get a little letter, please.
Yes.
Do we need to get it approved or to have urgent business?
Yep. So, Councillor, Councillor Tatchell, would you like to explain the item and then we'll see if we can approve it as urgent business?
Yeah, basically, Mr Mayor, what I'm chasing is a letter to write to the Premier or the Department of Planning to talk about the windfall tax in terms of industrial land and the ramifications of that, because a lot of this industrial land in the rural sector will be farmland that needs to be converted, which means there will be a rather large time delay, which will put them into the windfall category of taxation, which will probably retard their ability to put this together. So that's basically to get a stay or a period of time to allow people to continue to invest in industrial land in rural Victoria with some space there on the windfall tax.
Thank you very much, Councillor Tatchell. So Councillor Tatchell has requested the item be included as urgent business. Can I have someone move to accept the item? Councillor Sullivan, second to Councillor Berry. All in favour? Carried. Councillor Tatchell.
I suppose I could just carbon copy what I just said. But realistically, Mr Mayor, we have got a problem in terms of this problem doesn't affect the city. It's more a rural thing where we need rezoning. It obviously takes a period of time and they're going to get caught up in this windfall tax. From my point of view, I think we need to request something of our, maybe our local member as well, to suggest that we have a period or stay of execution on this windfall tax to give us an ability to create industrial land in these rural sectors. Obviously, in the peri-urban and just outside it, it's desperately needed, and it actually works to the city's advantage anyway. So I'm not sure how you want to word that, but keep it as simple as possible. And but I think we definitely need a stay of execution.
Thank you. So that's been moved by Councillor Tatchell. Someone second that? Councillor Berry. All in favour? So that letter will be drafted and sent. Mr CEO, thank you.
Just adding to that, Mr Mayor, then would it be possible to have a small report on what possibilities that would open up if that was to be included, so that we can, and this is probably a question for H, if we can see if there's some advantages in how we sell that from an economic development point of view.
Thank you. So the CEO has given assurance on that. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Tatchell. Councillor Berry.
No urgent other business, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, Councillor Edwards. Any items of other business, Councillor Edwards?
Not for me, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Dudzik.
Not from me, thank you.
And nothing from myself either. So on that note, councillors, I'll advise that the next Development Assessment Committee meeting will be scheduled for Wednesday, the 18th of October 2023. And on that note, councillors, officers and members of the public, thank you for attending this evening's meeting. I now declare the meeting closed.